Hey folks, Don from Well Rigged, where we take a look at the most durable, well-built products on the face of the earth. And as you notice, I'm not exactly in my studio anymore because I'm moving. Moving to Africa, that is. And I thought, hey, I have a fair bit of experience living in Africa. And I thought I'd put together a little video of some of the things, some of the kit that I'm planning on taking and that I would also recommend to others who are headed to off the beaten track locations. So without any further ado, I want to get into it, show you some of the products that I'm taking and that I'd also recommend to you. Okay, so the first thing I would probably recommend is if you're headed out on expeditions or anything like that, where you're going to be away from, refrigerators for a long period of time, is a very good cooler. I would definitely recommend Pelican Coolers over most of the other ones with the rubber latches and things like that. They're just built better quality. They are even cheaper, but these come with full lifetime warranties that cover even breakage, and you can keep ice in these for a good 8 days. So think about it. Okay, let's talk about light, because if you've ever been to Africa or some of the more developed world, you know that power outages is a real problem. And OLIGHT sent me some pretty interesting stuff that I'm really looking forward to taking with me this time. This is called the O-Ball by OLIGHT, and it's got this magnetic, end on it, and you can click it and turn it on and off. It works as a night light, or like candlelight, or you can turn it up brighter. But it's just a really neat little tool. You could take it with you in a vehicle, put it on any surface to work on your car, or there's this hook that magnetically hooks onto it. And I've been using it already quite a bit, and as a night light with the kids, and it runs a long time. I'm really looking forward to taking this. So having kind of an auxiliary low light that you can have just for an area lighting is a very good idea for power outages in West Africa. Well, that's where I'm headed, but anywhere in Africa usually has issues with the power grid. So recommendation number one. The second recommendation, actually above all, is a headlamp. Headlamps just are the most practical form of lighting that you could ever use, especially these type. I don't know what you call them. I call them right angle flashlights. And this is the OLIGHT Perun 2. They sent it to me, and I've owned a predecessor to this one. It's also my favorite. It was called the OLIGHT H2R Nova, and I just adored that flashlight. So practical. I like the 90 degree. Because it's natural to the hand. Flashlights, you have to bend the hand. This is natural to the hand. It sits upright. It also is magnetic. And OLIGHT has this magnetic charger that snaps onto both that and this. So it's kind of a really neat charging solution. I would highly recommend you get a headlamp above anything else. A great spot for a headlamp if you're traveling is to keep it, of course, in the headlamp strap, and just put it on reverse it on the headrest of your car, so it's always there. 9 times out of 10 when you need a headlamp, it's usually when you're out, and oftentimes not far from your vehicle. Another thought is to have a little tiny EDC light like this one. Again, OLIGHT. This is a 3E EOS, and it's just all it is I think it's a AAA battery on the inside. That's it. And it's just twist to turn on, twist to turn off. Simple light like that. Just some thoughts. If you're in Canada, you can actually luck out with this. The Perun 2 is going to be coming on sale for 40% off. It's like a $120 flashlight, and 40% off is a killer deal for that. Also, this thing, the O-Bulb, I think it runs around 25 bucks. You can look for it to get 50% off, so that's really neat. And they'll throw also, if you order on the 28th, I guess, when they're doing this sale, July 28th, you can actually, they'll throw in one of these little guys too. So, hey, just a thought. But either way, whether you catch a sale on these OLIGHTs or not, I can vouch for them because I've been using my OLIGHT H2R Nova for a very long time. You can expect me to be reviewing this flashlight, the Perun 2, and the O-Bulb probably in West Africa. So you can look forward to that. All right, one of the things that people have to keep in mind when traveling to the developing world is water safety, drinking water. And first of all, we could talk about water safety. And if that was the case, I would move these two water bottles out of the way, and I would be talking about Life Straw and a UV light disinfecting water bottle. This is a Lark water bottle. There's others on the market, but I use this one, and it's pretty good. It doesn't filter out particles, but it does kill bacteria and viruses, so it's useful. Let's say if you get to a bore well that's not 100% clean, but you can just take this and disinfect the water with that, a UV light. And I reviewed this actually, and you can have a look at that review. Maybe I'll put it in the comment section below. And also, this is just actually a kid's version of the Life Straw, which is kind of like a canteen version. You can get adult versions as well. I'm probably not going to use Life Straws, are kind of like last-ditch effort, but I'm taking some, probably going to give some to some of my friends in Africa, and toss a couple in the back of the car for emergency use. All right, but then here's the thing. If you want something indestructible, you can't go wrong with the indestructible Nalgene bottle, a cheap solution. Of course, it just holds water. It doesn't keep anything cold at all, and that's kind of a problem, especially in warmer climes. So you might want to be considering something like a Yeti Rambler or some other at least double-walled stainless steel water bottle that can hold ice for like 24 hours. Let's talk about luggage. Places like Africa, your luggage gets thrown around pretty hard on bush taxis and buses, and my recommendation is to have waterproof luggage if you're headed out off the beaten track. So a great option also is the Pelican 1535, which doubles as a carry-on. I use it because I'm protecting video equipment, but just a thought, the other side is it's just waterproof and extremely durable, which is why also I recommend the Pelican Air series of cases is really well suited for travel. They're the lighter cases, but they are extremely durable, waterproof, and the type of thing that can be pitched around on roof racks and banged around in buses without being damaged. And yeah, so I would highly recommend suitcases like this. Okay, if Pelican isn't your thing, I would also recommend taking a look at NANUK cases. Here's another one that's comparable to the Pelican 1535, Pelican Air. This is the NANUK 935, and I'm also taking these. So if you think I'm just a fanboy of Pelican, you'd be wrong. I do carry other cases. This is a NANUK, first aid kit. And I have it kitted out with my own stuff in there. Of course, it all depends on what you're into. If you're obviously if you're going on expedition, then you need to bring more stuff. But if you're just going for tourism, that's another thing. In my case, I'm going to Africa and I'm moving there, so you can see why I'm taking a few extra things with me. Okay, you guys really got to get one of these. If you don't know what this is, you don't know knives. This is the most popular Swiss Army knife ever made. It's called the Classic SD. It's so simple, but I'm telling you, I use it more than any other utility knife or anything else, including my Leatherman Wave, which I would also recommend when I'm taking to Africa. Leatherman Wave multi-tool, probably one of the best multi-tools. It is undisputed, probably the king of all multi-tools. So light, not too huge, great multi-tool, but if I had to choose between this and this, I would actually take the Classic SD. It's only 25 bucks. And you'll find yourself using it because it's with you. It's small enough to be on your keychain. It's always with you. Whereas something like this, if you don't make a habit of putting on your belt, it's no good to you, right? The best tool is the tool you have. Okay, last but not least is apparel. I don't think you can really beat flip-flops. This is probably what I wear 95% of the time whenever I'm in Africa. I grew up in West Africa, so I was wearing flip-flops for most of my life. These are a good solid pair, all leather from OLIGHT. They're called the Hikyanalias, I think they're called, or something. Anyway, they're a good pair, but you can get many other good brands. You can actually check out the most durable flip-flops. I have a blog on that. But yeah, you want some good flip-flops. Next thing you want is a good broad brim hat. I don't think there's any better broad brim kind of bush hat than Tilly's broad brims. You can get the Airflow is probably the most famous. These are very, very durable, well-built hats. They float. They also have like a hidden pocket to stash your a little extra cash in, and good, like a, what do you call these? You know, a wind thingamajig. I can put a link down below for Tilly hats. These are great hats. And then when the going gets tough, you want a solid pair of hiking shoes. Depending on where you are, whether it's arid climate, you can go with the vent. These are MERREL MOAB 2s. Highly recommend these. These are, you know, MERREL is well known for hiking shoes, and they make some of the best and toughest. They have Vibram soles, for instance. I mean, you can tell I've already been using these quite a bit. You can get them either in waterproof or vented version. For my needs, I got the vented version. I don't need waterproof because I'm in an arid climate where I'm going, but if you're in more tropical, deeper rainforest, you probably want some waterproof versions of these, which you can get no problem. Okay, my final recommendation is you don't need any super fancy clothes. What you need is cotton or a cotton linen hybrid, but don't go with the rayon. Don't go with all that fancy stuff. They say they're cool for hot weather, but it's not. You want cotton. It breathes. It's cool, especially you know, if you're in, I mean, places like Africa are extremely hot. You go to India and other places, you want cotton or linen. You do not want rayon. You do not want nylon. You do not want polyester and all that garbage. Just simple cotton. Just a reminder, if you want to get these lights on sale, hit up olight.ca and you can get a killer deal on this. 40% off the Per Run 2, 50% off the O bulb, and they'll even throw in one of those EDC lights. Hey, that's cool. And thanks to OLIGHT for sending these to me. I'm looking forward to reviewing them for you folks. Well, thanks for hanging out with me. I hope I've been a little bit helpful, at least, as you think about maybe things that you need to pack for if you're heading out to the tropics or to some developing world location. Now, I know a lot of you guys are going to say, oh, you missed this, you missed that. Look, I know. Look, check it out. Look at all my stuff that I'm taking. I got a family of 5. I'm taking a lot of stuff. All right, that's just the tip of the iceberg. That's the more important things that I just pointed out, at least in my book. These are the important things. Of course, there's other medications and things like antimalarials that you'll need to take along. Make sure that you have your vaccinations, especially if you're in West Africa and places like that. You'll need a yellow fever before you can even get in the country, a yellow fever vaccine. Okay, so make sure you've checked off all your boxes and you know what you're doing. But thanks for hanging out with me. If you have any comments or thoughts about other important things that I've missed, obviously I have. I'm just hitting some of the bigger points. Feel free to include them in the comments below. Thanks for hanging out, and I hope to give you some more reviews on the flip side when I hit West Africa. Catch you guys later.